Okay, welcome back if you're coming back, and welcome if it's your first time. So, for the other past few days, we have been looking up ways and means of how to stay grounded. And today we are guided to let you know that you are a prophecy. And for some of you, you don't know that, and for some of you, you know that. The ones who know do not know exactly how it is going to be, so they are just going with the flow, enjoying each and every experience as it comes. If you're moving, being grounded, and you already consciously know what is happening. The ones who don't know are getting sort of like confused because of the struggle they have within over their faith and towards God. They need to reflect their faiths and get grounded and find out who they are and what their purpose is. They have to acknowledge whatever is happening and act accordingly. Because sometimes resisting anything is not helping out in anything. Sometimes it's going to be fun, sometimes frustrating, but when you know that you have a prophecy and you know that it involves you, you just jump all in, no questions whatsoever, because you trust in that which the divine has put on you. You know your divine purpose, and you sometimes already know what the result is meant to be. So you don't worry much about the details of how the result that you know is going to be. And no matter who you come across to, you already are aware that it's part of the plan leading to the result. And that is why you don't have time or spend time contemplating on why this or that is happening, or why they or them did what they did, because you already know that they are pieces of a whole big plan leading to the result. You allow things to flow the way they are flowing because you know it is a necessity to get to the timeline of the result. And pondering over that which is just a small piece of the whole pie, you know that is just a waste of time, and you are meant to just allow, accept, and understand that the result is what you deserve. The rest, although it might feel like hindering, is just a dot on a whole piece of paper. For example, like an artist, they start with a dot and then get to a line and then to a 2-dimension, and slowly as the picture unfolds, the 3-dimensional elements are now starting to be to show up, to be forming and showing to the ones not being able to formulate eyes. Because it was all already drawn in your mind, and you already knew how it was going to be formulated. You know the whole picture. It's just that you need to start somewhere to make that painting. It was just that somewhere needed to be started from, and that started from a dot that unraveled all that the picture held. And voila, the whole image is made clear once the timelines are finished, and the masterpiece is shown ready for use and to be exposed to the world at large. And then comes the moment for display, and it is on a pedestal for everyone to witness the wonders of the Most High. You are part of the wonders of the Most High. To witness the prophecy that had been made years and years ago, even before you were born. For people to witness that which they once did not want to believe or thought to be impossible. That which some denied the truth of just out of ego, because the negative energies convinced them not to and made them think that they were superior over that which God created. They wanted to believe that whatever they had was from their efforts, not realizing that the Most High, if He wanted to, would not have allowed them to achieve even a single pin they possessed. That God, if He wished, would have made their lives miserable, and they believed that they were the ones orchestrating things and events, and thought of themselves as superpowers that could not be defeated. They didn't want to think that it was God who was providing for them. And everything that was happening had already been prophesied long before they even existed on earth. And you are among many other prophecies that is happening in real time each and every day. They don't realize that they cannot defeat God in whatever they do, and that they need to totally surrender to God and stop creating excuses to defend their theories of not wanting to accept the Most High as the greatest and most powerful. Because they choose not to accept the existence of the Most High, and instead they want to have their own perceptions of God's existence be accepted. And sometimes they try to do this using force to make people abide by their rules. And they use a lot of deceptive ways of expressions to twist words to make things have meaning the way they want to present. Their way of thinking they want imposed over all nations, and claiming that they just want equality of everything, and yet behind the scenes they do the disgraceful acts of inequality. They try to restrict you of something and make you believe that it was not good for you, while they themselves knew what they were saying and doing was not in line with what they are telling you. They want to hide that knowledge, which they know if you access it, you would surpass them, because you have gifts given by God because of the faith you carry. They don't have what you have because they did not accept having faith in the Most High. That is why they need to use you, and they can only do that by first alienating you from what you love through hardships, which later on they step in pretending to be the savior when they were the cause of that hardship you were going through. Mostly it's the economy they use against you, in which they try to have control on and stop you from getting that control, or otherwise you won't need them. And you are a prophecy over them, not saying you are superior, but you are a part of a prophecy that concerns them of whether they would flourish or perish. That is why they don't want you having that knowledge, and that is why they hide that knowledge from you and try to keep you ignorant of what you are meant to know by distracting you with hardships and alienation from other people. They talk of one language, but they feed people with different ideas to make people have differentiations and prejudices, to make people see it as if they have what they have is better than another, creating different psychologies that make people not want to accept what another has. A superiority complex and inferiority complex system is what they want to inflict on the nations. And this creates racism of all kinds of concerning different fields of thought, whether on sex or status or family background or country or profession or social ways. Wow, that was a mouthful. And yes, those days where machines rule over them have come to fruition, and that is just what is keeping you ignorant. By following the trends of technology, you think you are keeping up with times and are living your life in the best way, but it is distracting you from the basics of life, which are necessary for human beings. And the basics of life that make a human being a human, once they are overlooked, the meaning of life is also overlooked. And life without meaning means life of zombies. And it is easy to manage zombies than manage humans who think for themselves. I mean, if you think and you start thinking, you can't be managed. And that is why the resources that were meant to make you think are being eliminated so that you won't think. Just think about it. How many of us are reading books that are really good for our personal development? Instead, you're given a cake on a silver tray that is meant to paralyze your brain and make it dysfunctional so that you won't use it and just accept only those orders that they want to give to you, which will only benefit them and make you serve them only all your life. And I'm guided to stop here and allow you to ponder over that, whatever which has been said. I hope it all makes sense, because it was really a whole lot of of a mouthful. It was sort of heavy. They believe that life is suffering, and life gets meaning only when survival of the suffering is inflicted. But no, life is beautiful, and it is meant to be lived in the fullest, and it's your choice. You are not supposed to be forced into doing things which you don't wish to do. To choose what is good for you is your right, and they are trying to take away this right. So I hope this helps somebody understand better the ongoings of whatever they had been experiencing to this day. So till next time, I will see you in the next one. Have a great day, and God bless.